Welcome back to the Tony Robbins podcast for the third and final fireside chat of 2020. If you haven't heard the first two in the series, you can find them here, or go to tonyrobbins.com/holiday to watch the video versions of all three. In this series, Tony and Sage break down the key to this holiday season in 3 steps. First, to find the blessing in this crazy year amidst everything that has happened. To really look at the challenges of the past year through a different lens. The circumstances or situations that may have caused pain at the time, but pushed you to evolve and grow, to become more resilient and make progress. In the second one, they shared how to be the blessing, how to be a light for everyone around you by making one small, simple shift in how you approach the holidays. We hope you were able to use this tool to have more enjoyment for yourself, too. Now, in this third fireside chat, Tony and Sage share with you the simple rituals they do together with their family at this time each year. Maybe it's something you want to try this New Year's Eve. It's a way for you to see how truly blessed you are. And as we head into 2021 in this entirely new world we all find ourselves in, Tony wants to give you the opportunity to grow even more and create whatever it is you truly desire, the life you were made for. Listen carefully because he's going to announce a gift that he's giving to everyone free of charge so that you can make 2021 not just better than the last, but your best year ever.
Hello everyone, welcome back to our third fireside chat. It's been beautiful this time and this way to join with you and connect with you all around the world, and thank you for coming once again.
And if you haven't been with the first 2 fireside chats, this is our final one of the year here. The purpose of it was just to bring some inspiration and maybe a simple tool that you could use really quickly to kind of take back a little bit more control and find the joy in your life, even though the external world's in a crazy place. I'm sure, we call this winter when all these things seem to be happening all at once. And with COVID, it's been really intense. And so our first fireside chat is really about this theme of find the blessing. Because in everything, there's a blessing. Life is always happening for us. It looks like it's happening to us, but it's our job to find that empowering meaning. And even with all that's happened with COVID and all the racial injustice and imbalances, all the things that we've dealt with this year around the world, there still have been moments. And unless we find the good, what's wrong is always available, but so is what's right. And it's not about being positive thinking. It's about giving yourself a meaning that allows you to keep moving forward and take back control of your life. Because the way we take control is not the external world. It starts by taking control of our internal world. And so, even with families being separated, as hard as it's been, people passing, there's still been blessings. People have spent more time with each other, their loved ones. They've had a chance to learn new ways of learning and growing. Some people in business have figured out how to pivot in the most insane environment. And those skill sets and those abilities set you up for an even greater life, because we can only build on success, not on failure. So I hope you'll take the time to find some blessings in the middle of the challenges and in the pain, because that's what makes us as human beings be able to sustain and grow and not just survive, but thrive. Then our second one was saying, if you can find the blessing, now our job is to be the blessing. That is to be our best selves no matter what the environment is. Because if the only time you're in a great state and you're really happy and fulfilled is when everything goes your way, well, for most humans, that's not gonna happen all the time, or if everybody behaves the way you want. So the theme of that session is something we both live all the time. It's like holding yourself to a standard that says, it's not about me getting, it's about me giving. In a relationship, what makes a relationship deep and rich and beautiful is not what you get, it's what you give. It's this desire, I want to light this person up, and that is the gift to me. I'm seeing them so happy. But also just doing that in your daily life, like learning to discipline your disappointment, not let it take you over, not let it go to despair, or if it's there, how to snap out of it. And then we gave you a tool called the Quality Quantifier that shows you how you can decide how to have this best Christmas you can imagine or the best year you can imagine, what to do within yourself so it's not phony and fake, it's not a pump up, but what are the tools that'll trigger your biochemistry, your own nervous system to make you feel that strength, and so that you have something to give to those you love. That's what makes us feel alive, not getting, but giving. And don't get me wrong, if you give and give and give, you receive what you've already given, and you receive also, the karmic response of life. And so the third step in this simple process is, if you find the blessings and you're being a blessing, you will be blessed. And we're not talking about it in religious terms. We're just talking about this idea that we all have experiences of life where we experience a boon. There are times when, boy, it feels like nothing works, like everything you try is going wrong and that life seems like it's against you. But really, if you develop that belief life's happening for me, then it's making me stronger. It's making me dig deeper. It's making me find something more inside myself. And you also hear people talk about grace like it's luck, like, oh, aren't they lucky they have a great job or a great business or a great family? But I really don't think grace is luck. I think grace is a reflection of our contributions. And I think we have a certain amount of grace just being alive. I mean, the gifts of just waking up with your heart beating. But honey, why don't you address what you think of as grace?
Certainly my experience, I mean, number one, this moment is grace. You know, all of us connecting in this unique platform, living on this planet, on this rock, spinning out in the universe. I mean, it's a miracle. And there's so much of a life that you know, we can be blind to when we're inside of our own minds, or we're stressed, or we're in judgment, or blaming another person, or thinking that something should have or shouldn't have happened. It's my experience that grace is all around us. It's not so much of an external thing. It's really, it's something to be noticed. You know, it's something
and
appreciated. You know, the other day I was driving to Walgreens on my way to the airport, and I drove by like the bus stop. And there was this guy, you know, he's an older man, and maybe he had his headphones on or whatever, but he was rocking out all by himself. And I was sitting at the stoplight and I was looking at him, and he was just like really having a good time. And I felt blessed by that moment, taking in that man's beauty. I didn't even know him, you know, we didn't even make eye contact. I felt grace of this man experiencing just his own joy. The other day, Tony and I were out in our backyard here, and we were having a conversation. And maybe there's like fish in the ocean because birds were, you know, all diving into the ocean. And then all of a sudden one took flight over top of us. And he and I, like in the same moment, in the same breath, it was just silent. We just watched this being, this bird, this beautiful bird, like fly over us. And in that moment, I felt blessed. I felt the grace of the beauty of that. And I think what's so beautiful is a lot of people think, you know, in life I have to do something good, or I have to be this way. No matter what we've done in our life, no matter who we are, what our past is, if we all walk outside, we all feel the sun on our face. And I think that that's the grace of living in this existence. And there's those miracles all around us every single day. And it's really more about witnessing and noticing. You know, it's so simple. The other day too, it's like, so funny, I'm using so many animals and things, but just a lot of times it is in nature, you know. It can be in my own home. I was gonna give another example, this little ant. You know, have you ever seen that ant that's like pulling like a leaf or something, and it shouldn't be? And it's like, what the heck? And you feel that awe and wonder, you know, just that mirror of life reflecting back possibility. Or in your own home sometimes, like I'll hear my family, and I might be in the kitchen and they might be in the family room. I'm not even a part of the conversation, but just to hear their laughter or their conversation, it's beautiful. It's grace to